I was asked to describe my favorite place in Brentwood, and in terms of places that provoke a lot of good memories, provoke a lot of nostalgia when it comes to Brentwood, and kind of symbolize the essence of Brentwood, especially the way it was years ago. I would say it's a place of worship. Um, it might not be where most people might think it is. In other words, it might not be the place of worship that most people think I'm referring to. This was actually a very small building, a very kind of the size of a house, very small, with a group of people, mostly of Hispanic origin, who used to attend this particular place of worship. The clergy was his last name was Munoz, and I'm talking back in the 50s. This was a historic building because it was one of the original places of worship in Brentwood, and it was kind of the center of my segment of the community. I lived in the area that I lived off of Fifth Avenue was mostly African American, Hispanic, a lot of Italian lived mixed in with us. Most of us worshipped in this one particular place, and because there were no organizations in Brentwood. There were pretty much no civic organizations in the 60s, or very few, and certainly none when it came to this particular area of the community. This particular place of worship seemed to be the center of town life for us. It was the place you went to with whatever issue you had, whether it was spiritual or not. It was a small brown building. There are still pictures floating around of this building, and I believe at the Brentwood Library there are pictures of this particular building. To me, this brings back memory because not only was it the center of town life here in Brentwood, but it touched each one of our lives in every milestone as well as tragedies. Think of your place of worship. That's when there's a death in the family. That's where you're drawn to. When there's a celebration, when there's a particular sacrament, when there's milestones in your life, when there's times of need, people gravitated towards these places of worship. So it's a part of our lives and many people in Brentwood's lives who to this day touches their lives and has made a significant impact. So I would say this, without giving it away, what the building is, what institution it is, to me, that goes to the heart and essence of the original community of Brentwood.